Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port live here at the Horseshoe Cafe. It's Barnes, it's Matthew, it's Michael. Leave me hanging, not Michael. Renee producing for the first time.
A full show.
We were just talking about it. Michael at the table feels like the first time in 5 years.
Yes.
If we're talking in the studio.
Yep.
So that's obviously amazing. And, we're winding down here on the 425 window. Last game in progress, the Rams up 2 here. I would imagine, yes, so they are lining up for the onside kick here at Buffalo. They just scored, but combined 66 points here. Josh Allen miraculously leading the Bills down the field on a day that's had some, pretty crazy games, pretty crazy
86
results.
Points.
I stand corrected there, Matthew. Thank you.
Quick math.
But it's really just been an unbelievable day. Renee, how does it feel to be on the other side of the glass that's there but not there?
It feels great. I like producing the Sports Port here. It's fun. I did the last time we were here at the ending half.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, you forgot. Remember, my brother was crossing the finish line at the Ironman.
I'm sure you could acknowledge this. It's different when you start from the top.
Yes, exactly. A lot of things going on. Oh, actually, we have some comments.
Yes, let's go right to the comments. Josh B., the best that there is.
Oh, snap, let's freaking go. And then he said, here we go. Hashtag TCA, hashtag Sportsport, hashtag DTV. And he said, alive, Matty G. And then he said, look at this.
Hell yeah, dude.
We know Josh B. fired up. And Josh B. too, always fired up for the trivia questions as well. So we'll probably do that. We'll wait till 7:45. Do a little recap here. Rams. So there are the Bills have 2 timeouts. So I guess technically not quite over, but basically is. But a huge win for the Rams as they look to stay alive here. In the NFC West and to potentially get a wild card. And I feel like you've always kind of liked the Rams back in the day. Like remember when Odell was there?
Rams fan.
Yeah.
Should have made the switch.
No, would have been better off. And it was kind of crazy. And I'm sure, when you were watching the games at the Rhino, seeing the ends to the Jets and the Giants games. And it was just like, but honestly, I love to see it because I just feel like the lower, or I guess technically the higher in the draft, their position, the better. So go ahead. But it's just kind of weird how it's like for the Jets recently, it almost seems like it's like they're purposely doing it, but it's like, where they look kind of good, but then it's just like there's no really. If you think about it, like today, for instance, like it comes down to the defense. Like there's just no push, no stop, no turnovers. Even though the offense is moving the ball a lot better. And Rodgers had his first 300-yard game in 30 games.
He looked the best that I've ever seen him with the Jets. So.
Yeah.
But
I know.
Even what you just said with the draft thing, though, dude, that doesn't do anything for me, bro, because they don't even get that right.
Yeah, no, I know. I guess it's just more I'm looking at, especially now, because I feel like it's like, who knows what will happen, but it seems like, Rodgers is as good as gone, and then they're going to be drafting. You think, though,
now they're saying, they don't know.
Who was saying that?
I saw something from Bleacher Report.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that would be just like, yeah. No, I don't know about that. We're 3-10.
Yeah, but
let's bring it back.
We'll run it back.
And
then what are they gonna do with Devontae and all that?
Yeah. I just think it's see ya. You need a fresh culture start. Like, don't you think that would be a huge mistake, Michael, to go back with Rodgers or no?
Oh, it just, I had faith in him. I don't know how I can have any faith in him anymore.
Right. Exactly. But I just think a new coach, new GM, and just like a locker room that's like actually connected, inspired, trying hard. I think it's so divided and because of him.
You got to try and pry away the Lions OC.
Yeah.
Get him in there.
But it's like, and then would you fault him if he didn't want to go?
No, no, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no,
but-
it really is. So many games today, and also too we have kicking off in less than an hour, 8:20 on NBC, the game between the Chargers and the Chiefs. And it feels like me and Tony are talking about it every week when we do our previews for these games, where it's like the Chiefs it's like the strangest 11-1 season we've ever seen. Like they keep pulling out these wins. It's always close, but they get it done, and they don't look great on offense. And I find myself like confused in terms of like, everybody always says, well, like, you say that, but then what do you know? You look and, Mahomes is on the podium, collecting the Super Bowl MVP. Do you guys think it's any different this year with them, like being that they've shown these like vulnerabilities, or you think it's still they're the team to beat until they're knocked off?
No, I think they are going to slip.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I'm kind of hoping so. But I think that this is one of those things where it's like the team has a good season the whole way through, and then, they, like you said, a few vulnerabilities we've seen here and there. So I think it's going to come to a head in the playoffs.
What do you think?
I always kind of think like, the opposite, because it's like I think maybe the adversity is what they need.
Yeah.
They haven't had it. And, they know. I mean, they're like, the Chiefs, you know what I mean? For example, the Warriors in the NBA, where it's like they just want to get to the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, and it's like, and it's weird too, because I feel like everybody has this feeling, wow, the Bills are really good this year, as they go down to the Rams, which is surprising, but they've already clinched the division, so they're well positioned here. But it feels like it's the Bills' year to get over the hump, but then it's like, would we really be surprised if they blow it?
Well, I mean, they just blew it now.
No.
They did come back in this game. They were down a lot.
It's either, obviously like AFC is going to be Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo probably.
But it's like in Baltimore too. It feels like,
I know,
what's going to happen when they're in the playoffs?
I know. So we'll see. I mean, it should be interesting because, all three of those teams we just said kind of has some – we've seen them be vulnerable throughout this year at times. So Chiefs obviously are dominant for the most part, but, I mean, you never know, dude. Like, it's – it's just going to – it'll be crazy come playoff time because – it'll come down to one little mistake, like it did last year for the Ravens and all that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we were just obviously talking about it, but just looking at some of the numbers, from this Rams and Bills game, I mean, unbelievable the type of offense that they're putting up, and especially the Rams. They get out to, I think it was like a 2-4 start, but they've rallied to 7-6 here. So in the win, Stafford 23 of 30, 320, 2 scores. And Puka Nacua, 12 catches, 162, 1 touchdown. I mean, really one of the more recent success stories for a guy. He's 5th, 6th-round draft pick, whatever it is, unheralded, breaks the rookie receiving record. And it's no coincidence. He was out, Kupp was out, Rams are struggling. Now they're back, and people were almost questioning, like, this whole Stafford McVay thing. Has it run its course? And I don't know. I know their defense isn't good, but I feel like they're not a team that you necessarily want to face in the playoffs because of their pedigree.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, that's what it is with them. It's like they've been there before, won a couple of years ago, and they're right there. Like they're in the hunt right now in the NFC. So you definitely they could be one of those teams on upset alert in the playoffs, like that comes in and knocks off like a higher seed. They're definitely capable. They're definitely capable of that. Obviously, we just saw them beat Buffalo, so
yeah. And right now they're 1 game behind in the division with Seahawks with the win today. So still a chance to win, the NFC West, which is kind of remarkable given where they were earlier in the year. As we mentioned with the Bills, they've already clinched at 10-3. Josh Allen, 22 of 37, 342. 3 touchdowns, no picks, wasn't sacked. He also ran for 82 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. So 6 touchdowns in a loss. I don't know if I've ever seen that from a quarterback. 6 touchdowns and they lose the game.
Insane.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, 86 points combined in this game.
I mean, you don't see it often. It's really been remarkable too. Allen, I feel like the last couple of years I was always kind of like hesitant, especially playoff time, because it seems like he's always throwing interceptions. But this year he's really cut down on that, and I think that's why they're having the type of season that they are.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely plays a huge part.
So it'll just be interesting to see, can they finally break the curse? And it's just, I think one thing that will they'll have to be relying on is their defense. Obviously, you give up a lot of points in this game, and when you play Kansas City or whoever you're going to be matched up, Baltimore, if your defense is not going to be on, I think it's going to be tough sledding. So that's the one thing they'll probably look to clean up. It's funny that Tony's not here to talk about this, so I'm sure he'll want to mention it tomorrow. But the Baker run continuing. I know he's been talking about this for a while.
He loves him.
They're 4-6. Now they're 7-6. After hanging in and beating the Raiders earlier today. And it's interesting. Like, he looks so good at some times, but he definitely is prone to the interceptions. He threw a couple today. And this game was up for grabs late. I don't know. Did you catch that one at the Rhino at all? The Raiders.
Yeah, they had everything
Bucks.
going.
Yes.
They had everything going. So, that was a crazy game for them.
Yeah. So, he goes 18-29, 295, 3 scores. He found Otten 3 for 70 and Rashad White 17 for 90 in the score. So they find themselves in first place in that division. And, you had Godwin being out for the season early with injury, but Mike Evans is back now. I think that's been big. And they're another team because, you think about it. they were on the cusp of beating the Lions last year,
Yeah.
In that first playoff game. And now the Lions obviously are the toast of town. So, I think the Bucs have a chance, come playoff time. It's just Baker, if he can limit the turnovers, then I think, they have a chance to possibly, make some noise.
Yeah, they're showing the highlights right now too. The Raiders obviously are terrible.
Yeah.
But good for Baker and the Bucs. The Bucs got a lot of injuries too. They had so many guys out today, like the running back
and the defense. They have a couple
obviously
guys
a couple
down as
receivers.
well.
So, good coaching too. Bowles.
Toddy. Why is it that every coach, when he leaves New York, looks better?
It's the Jets.
Like the quarterbacks.
But can we break through before Willie Joe goes?
No. I really don't think so.
But
In my heart of hearts, I really don't.
Oh my God. It's
He's
just
gonna go soon, though.
It really is crazy to think that this today officially marked the 14th straight year without the playoffs. And it's like thinking back to a couple of years ago, we get Rodgers. Maybe I mooshed it, maybe I not, but I'm talking about multiple Super Bowls.
No, yeah, I thought so too.
And 3-10.
No, you're not a mush with the Jets because the Jets, they're their own
The
mush.
Jets have mooshed themselves.
They're their own mush. So you're good there, dude. Just don't say the Yankees are going to win the World Series like in February, all right?
Easy, bud, okay? And I feel like this is a good time before we continue on to do our first trivia question. And I felt, it was good to do a theme, with the Chargers and Chiefs. Obviously, that's the matchup here. So the first trivia question, with that theme, we're going to go, who is the all-time leader in total touchdowns in Chargers history with 128? So who is the all-time leader in total touchdowns, Chargers history, 128? Obviously, the Chargers have been around a while, a lot of different players, and this is total touchdowns, so it doesn't count for passing touchdowns. So you think about receivers, running backs. So there's a couple options out there. So if anyone wants to give this a try, I'm sure Josh B will want to take a stab here.
I put my stab in the
and
comments.
We'll have everybody kind of give their guesses and then go back to that in a little bit. But I wanted to mention too, Josh B mentioning taking one more year as the bridge quarterback in terms of Rodgers. I just say get him the hell out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say. Who do we get? It's just weird.
But don't you think it's
There's
like
not a
not
good
even
draft
about? But don't you guys think though it's
for
not even
QBs.
about how he does, but just the fact his like enigma, his attitude, is like just that being removed from the organization will just allow it to develop culture.
No.
You-
There hasn't been culture.
Yeah.
Wait, but Barnes, I know
Yes.
you really want to talk about though.
What do I want to
You
talk
want to talk about Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley, all that drama.
Oh yeah, I heard she's still not ready to divulge, I guess.
Ex-fiance, it's all in the
Yes.
news.
Very sad.
They were
Very sad.
engaged like a couple
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago, broke up. I don't. But did she actually say what the deal was?
No, but she said she was very depressed,
Scarred, right?
heartbroken, blah blah, all that. Which
So he's a Chief.
Michael Bukta, real quick, says Hurley knows how to do it. And he said, and Barnes, by the way, you look just like Quinn Ewers.
Oh, Quinn Ewers. Eh?
Who's Quinn
He's
Ewers,
the
dude?
quarterback for the Texas Longhorns.
Wow.
But he also is riled about, he says, Barnes about the Huskies once again. And speaking of the Longhorns, they actually just defeated them in Austin. So that was a good win. I believe they're 6-3 now. So after kind of a weird start, but I don't know. I feel like everybody kind of had too high of expectations for them. You win 2 straight championships, you lose all those guys to the draft. It's like you're not gonna just start out of the gate humming and like win your first 15 games of the season. I feel like that's just not how it works. 7-3, Michael, by the way. 7-3.
No, it's tough. Losing all the guys is kind of, you got to restart fresh. Basically, it's a clean slate, new guys. So, but I think talk about culture. I mean, great culture over there. So that can kind of ride the ship.
Yeah, I mean, Hurley, boy, wouldn't want to get in a bar fight with him, huh?
Yeah, he's a little nuts.
But
Settle down, Dan.
and obviously, like stuff will change with that. But I just have kind of had this feeling with them, like they're gonna get it together. But I just think asking for the 3-peat is a little much. But I could easily see them, a solid like Sweet 16.
You gotta look like him.
I don't know about this, Renee. You really think I do?
I mean, a
little
little
resemblance.
bit. Give like the camera a stare down. Give your camera a stare down. Yeah. Try doing a smile like him.
Michael knows.
Wait, a little bit.
You know what I've always thought with this person looks like that person looks like this. If you see someone on a regular basis, for me anyway, it's tough to say they look like someone because you know what they look like, and that person, like you see the differences, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like to be honest, maybe I'm just way off here, but I don't even see any resemblance, to be honest.
No,
It's like
It's probably just the beard,
It's the
and
beard
the haircut.
and the eyebrows, the haircut.
I guess I've been
Face
cloned,
shape.
apparently.
You guys could
Yeah, we all have.
distant cousins.
I guess cousin, sure, but he doesn't. I don't see it.
And so that's kind of funny, but good that the Huskies are winning again, and would be awesome to see them on the run. That's for sure. And I'm just thinking because before we know it, this game is going to kick off. So before it does, kind of just curious, what your guys' thoughts here. So this is in Kansas City, Chiefs 4.5-point favorites here, total at 43.5, and Chiefs come in 11-1, 6-0 at home. Chargers 8-4, 4-2. Chiefs' only loss was in Buffalo. So to me, it's interesting because it seems like they've been playing with fire. Almost losing to Carolina, almost losing to the Raiders. So it's like I feel like though, are they not? I know you could say they're due and it just doesn't happen, but to me, it seems like they're due to kind of step up, quality opponent, win by a touchdown. And I know, the Chargers are good, but I think this is a tough matchup for them. And I love the Chargers. I think Harbaugh's done a great job, but I think this is going to be tough for them in Arrowhead. I know, divisional game, all of that, but I have a hard time thinking they're going to come in and win, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I would roll with the Chiefs tonight, but I'm going to take that under. I think, to be honest, because
the Chiefs have been doing that.
Yeah. They kind of get like by the skin of their teeth, kind of. And the Chargers are a tough team, so tough out. Arrowhead home field advantage will probably give a little extra juice for the Chiefs. But I mean, the Chiefs really haven't been off the record. I don't think is like necessarily exemplary of like what they actually are. So divisional game here, and like anything can happen, but I'll give the slight edge to the Chiefs, but I'm definitely rolling with that under.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I would say under, but I'm gonna say Chiefs, win by a touchdown. I'm thinking like a 20-13 game. It seems like they've kind of been like in the high teens, low 20s in terms of scoring. But it is interesting. I just wonder, like, I know like the big plays kind of went away, once they got rid of Tyreek Hill, but it seems like now they should have enough, like that Worthy, the rookie, he's fast as hell. And then I thought DeAndre Hopkins would cause them to start like scoring a lot more, but it seems like the scoring has remained the same. And Kelsey's come on, but maybe that's part of it too. Like Kelsey's kind of old where, he's probably going to retire, within the next year or so. So I think it's a key. While he's good and while he has, those hands that he's very capable of receiver, he's not as fast, so he's not getting separation. I'm just trying to like put a finger on it, and I can't really like come up with why. I don't think it has anything to do with like how well Mahomes is playing necessarily.
Yeah, like, the receiving core obviously plays a big part for them in this little dynasty that they've had. So obviously, like Tyreek Hill when he was there, and then now they have obviously Hopkins, and then who's the other guy that basically took Tyreek's spot?
Xavier
yeah,
Worthy.
yeah, Worthy. So yeah, and definitely what's his name? Chief Kelsey.
Oh
Rat.
yeah.
I can't stand him, but yeah, he's slow, dude. You can tell.
He doesn't have
he
the
doesn't
separation.
he doesn't look like he has in the past couple of years.
Gronk never fell off like that.
Yeah, even when he retired, came back. What do you know? He wins the Super Bowl.
Way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable too. It's like he could have played longer and stuff, and obviously the injuries hurt with him. But like he really is probably the best modern day tight end almost. Like I know like Gonzalez is good and all that stuff, but just like pure ability. Yeah, exactly. He won.
That's we got to win.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
We did have some guesses of the trivia question.
Let's get the guesses, Renee.
We had. Let's start with. Well, now I lost it in the comments.
There's some guesses.
Josh B said Rivers or Lady and Tomlinson.
And by the way, not to interrupt, but I just saw this text, and I hope she didn't go to bed yet. But Chokery sent me a screenshot. Us on the big screen, and my niece Layla watching, saying goodnight. So shout out to them.
Wow.
Chokery, my sister Jennifer.
That's awesome.
And Layla watching the sports board from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Shout out Layla.
Or Carrie. I'm thinking Raleigh because I'm thinking about the Hurricanes, but
because you want to go down there and watch the Rangers. The game.
The Rangers give up 7 goals to the Kraken.
Golly, dude.
I know.
It's embarrassing.
I know.
No, but just keep the team. And Tony was trying to tell me, Tony, I hope you're watching. Tony was trying to tell me that, what's our goalie's name again? Shesterkin cares about the camaraderie.
Last night, right?
Doesn't care about money. It's like, what do you mean?
Do you like money?
Wait, I'm surprised. Like, why? I wonder why he was saying that though. Doesn't care about money. Like, what? How did that even?
Well, I mean, it's obvious he cares about money because
no. That's what I'm saying. But why was he saying the other?
Because he wants everybody to be lovey-dovey.
Yeah, dude, the team stinks right now, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Well, I think it's like we've been talking about it forever. They need Kachuk from the Senators. He's Matthew Kachuk's brother. Who was big for Florida winning, and I feel like it would be the same effect for us. It's like you need that new leader, and I know, like obviously McDavid, great, whatever. Like I guess he's not allowed, according to Tony, to come over.
Yeah.
Goose said if they don't name Kreider the captain, he's not rooting for them the rest of the year.
That's so funny.
But I don't understand how he's not. Though,
no, but they said supposedly anyway that he didn't want it. I think Josh B even said that.
Josh.
Real quick,
yes.
Donna Barnaby just tuning in.
Oh.
She says, "Hey Brian, switching to college games. What do you think about Belichick possibly coaching the Tar Heels of UNC? Go Friars!"
So actually, it's funny. I was talking to my mom this morning. They were on their way back. We're in Newport last night. They stayed over, and she was mentioning the Belichick thing, and I was just saying like. Well, like I mean, I guess he would fit in, with his college girlfriend, right? That he has, 27 years old.
Wow.
But it just, and there were some reports like, he wants to go there, coach for a couple years, and then but with the agreement that his son will be the coach in waiting. But I just feel like knowing Belichick, he wants the win record. He's not going to waste his time in college and the NIL. Like,
I don't buy that at all.
So I think it's like to I don't know, almost like leverage NFL teams potentially to say like, oh, listen, like you're going to give me what I want. I'm going to go to college.
I don't think that's a good tactic either.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to college.
I definitely don't think he's going to go to college either.
No.
I think he's just working on his interview skills right now.
Probably. You think him and the girlfriend actually tie the knot, or?
Probably. I mean, she wants the money.
Yeah.
You know how it is, bro.
She's in him for his money.
I can't believe he divorced his wife. Why did he divorce her?
No, and that was I think it was like in 2007, but I think it was in 2007 or something like that. But they had been married for like 30 years, 35 years.
Renee doesn't like divorce.
I don't know what the reason was.
I remember I used to see them do the Halloween parties with New England. And they'd get dressed up together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like fun, like because Bill's so serious, but he would dress up for the Halloween parties.
Yeah.
They would do like a couples.
Well, you just almost wonder too with these coaches, like how could they be married? They're sleeping in the office though. You know what I mean? It's like
Especially him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I always think of Friday Night Lights, Coach, his wife. They had it. They if you need a textbook on how to be a wife and husband for football, you watch that show.
Yeah, no doubt. Renee, and I feel like you were saying we had some guesses on the trivia.
Yes, we did. And we had Josh B, who is saying Rivers or Layden Tomlinson.
LaDainian.
No, I'm just kidding. LaDainian. Okay, what else we got?
Well, is that correct or not?
Read the comments
Oh,
first.
okay. And we also had
Michael Butker?
yeah, I thought he did.
I put one in there.
Oh yes, you did. Matt did, and he said Antonio Gates or LT.
Great guesses. Antonio Gates was a monster.
And
I know the answer, so I can't guess.
I think
'Cause
those
Barnes
were the
gave
two
me that.
guesses. But you know what? I guess. What do you think? We just revealed the answers at this point. I mean, we gave people the opportunity, right?
We did. I mean,
Another
there's
trivia
also
question
another
coming
one.
up?
Yes, exactly.
But it is LaDainian Tomlinson,
Nice.
as John Madden used to say on the broadcast. What a legend! But yeah, 128 touchdowns for LT. That was like prime running backs growing up.
Yeah.
I always like marveled at like how good LT was out of the backfield.
Sean Alexander.
man.
No, but they were the top two guys, and LT had that record. I think it was 31 touchdowns or whatever it was, and then Alexander ended up breaking it.
He was sick even on the Jets, LT.
Yeah.
And that was like at the end.
Yeah, with obviously not much around him. Now is it different for you, Michael, with the not winning with LT because it's like he was
I
on
do
the
love
Chargers.
him.
Yeah, and I
Like,
feel like it wasn't his
It's
fault.
him and Sanders. I give leeway
Yeah,
because they were dope. Barry.
yeah, no doubt.
Josh B says no. He said there's only one LT,
Oh, gosh.
and it's not LaDainian.
Those are those.
Yeah, it's so
Giants.
funny. Like I could see why people like who watched Lawrence Taylor play would say that,
yeah.
but for me, I didn't watch him.
Me
So for
too.
me, it's LT, and it's like everybody was calling LaDainian Tomlinson LT.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the original LT signed off on it.
Yeah, it's probably fine. He was high.
So we'll do the other
Oh,
trivia
yeah.
question in a couple minutes. One thing I wanted to mention here, how about the Vikings doubling up the Atlanta Falcons, who have lost 4 straight games, lost their lead in the division. They had a stranglehold, in the NFC South. But, Cousins, no touchdowns again, a couple picks. And Sam Darnold, 22 of 28, 347, 5 touchdowns. The Minnesota Vikings, their presumed starter going into the year, rookie J.J. McCarthy from Michigan, out for the year. They're coming off a season which, they missed the playoffs. They let Cousins go in free agency, and they're 11-2. And Darnold, who, pretty much everybody had, myself included, written off, almost looking like a star. And from the, him seeing ghosts when he was playing with the Jets, I mean, really one of the more surprising stories I've ever seen. And I think it really speaks to the value of good coaching.
100%. I mean, the talent was there. Just the Jets. You want to talk about culture? There's none there. It's tough because I do believe Joe Namath sold his soul for that 3rd Super Bowl, and the mafioso were involved in it. So it's like I don't even count that.
Yeah.
It
just shouldn't count because it was so long ago. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, like, cool. We have one Super
It was
Bowl
the 3rd Super Bowl ever.
But
And now there's over 50 of them.
it's interesting too. Like with the Vikings, like if this continues, and let's say Darnold wins a couple playoff games, like are they going to keep him and trade McCarthy, or is he going to go to free agency and get like a ton
Come to
of
the
money?
Jets?
It's like,
Yeah.
so people were suggesting that, but I just like it is amazing because a lot of times like you just think like, oh, someone doesn't look good. Okay, well they're just not good. But it's like Darnold. I mean, looks like a completely different player.
I know.
I mean, it's
He just needed time, like to blossom.
We're just doing water.
we're just doing water. I'll actually take some more of my.
You got it.
So
New era, Renee.
Yeah, new era.
yeah, the Jets, typical. For them, they would bring back Rex as the coach and then try to get Darnold back.
Like,
Imagine.
That'd be the whole thing would be finish the job.
Yeah.
That'd be like the
But
the
only thing,
saying.
The
like,
theme of the season.
I just feel like Rex. It's like you can't trust him. I mean, I guess I don't doubt that he wouldn't be motivated, but like, does he really like know how to put it together and like develop? Like, do we trust him to put together a staff that can
I
actually
do
coach a young
like his
quarterback?
like I've seen some of his locker room talks.
Mhm.
I mean, he can get you fired up.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. It's just, but like X's and O's. And I know he can run a defense, but it's like, we need someone better than Brian Schottenheimer, running the offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough, dude. Who knows what they're gonna do? I don't.
It's crazy.
I don't know of any good.
Well, because the thing is,
scenarios.
it's like if it comes between, let's say, like the Ben Johnsons, the offensive coordinator for the Lions, or even Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, or Skoranek in Houston, like all these guys are like, we don't want to go to the Jets. So it's like, do you go with another retread or do you go with him? Like, I mean, I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like I didn't like the way his tenure ended. That's why I'm a little hesitant.
Well, I mean, we had Mark Sanchez.
Right. But was he part of the Mark Sanchez problem because he didn't have the right guys in there coaching him, developing him?
I don't know. I don't think he was ever that good.
Mark Sanchez? Yeah. That's
He
true.
couldn't throw.
That's true. That's true.
It was crazy. And I was, I was one of the guys too that always was like, still to this day, offensive minded coach. We know we need to throw. Like, I hated those teams because they'd run every single play.
Yeah.
And it's like, no offense, you're bound to lose. You got to throw it once in a while.
Rex just wanted to run the ball.
Yeah.
He's all about
I think he would have learned his mistake, though.
He did say he's going to adapt from that and not be the ground and crown if he gets the opportunity.
Yeah.
I think he will.
You think like with the Jets or no?
I could see Woody doing it.
Yeah.
Woody's just trash, dude.
No, I know.
Like, he's just garbage ownership. Like, when Dolan's better than you.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I also think if he's coming in, that means that Rodgers is not coming back. I can't see the two of them.
I can't believe that even happened, honestly, because Rodgers with the COVID vaccines, Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, yeah. No, it is unbelievable.
Some people are saying he just wants to take his money.
Interesting.
Because of that.
Yeah, that's true. Crazy thing here. Michael Bucket asks, Brian, who do you think is winning March Madness this year? I mean, it's so tough, Michael, this early in the season. I mean, how do you really know? Duke and Kansas look pretty good.
Kansas just lost, upset.
Yeah, no, that's true. But it feels like, too, now more than ever, these top teams, especially earlier in the season, they're losing and there's just more parity. So obviously I hope it's UConn, but it's just, history being that it hasn't been since the Wooden days, Michael, that had their championships in a row. You lose all these guys. I mean, how can you expect to go in and win 3 in a row? I mean, would be pretty unbelievable if that happens.
Who do they have even?
Well, Caravan is back from last year. He's like the big guy. And then it's like Diarra is back from last year as well. And then Ball, I guess, is a sophomore now. He's pretty good.
Any relation to the Ball brothers?
No. Whatever. Did Big Baller Brand go under?
I don't know if it's under, but even what's his name? The Lonzo. He was saying that he never got injured until he started wearing those shoes.
Oh, and then people were saying they're kind of like him and the father, right? Or on the
I think they're better now. They were, but he might get traded to the Hornets.
Oh, that's what they're saying.
Lonzo.
I saw he just came back. I actually picked him up for fantasy, for a little bit.
His brother, I mean, obviously LaMelo is he's dope.
He gets injured a lot, though. I think he's amazing,
Yeah.
but it's just I hope he can work that out.
I know. Steph did.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, it really seemed like Steph,
dude, he was almost out. Yeah, no, dude, it was bad with the ankles. And then, you got to do what you got to do, steroids, whatever it is.
You think?
I think the whole NBA is all roided up.
Yeah, I mean, it's it wouldn't surprise me, if that was.
I mean, Derrick Rose spoke about it.
Well, I didn't see that.
This was years ago, but he spoke on it. And remember when Rashard Lewis got plugged for steroids?
Yeah.
He was the scapegoat, apparently. And
Rashard Lewis, and Hito Turkoglu.
Hito.
Well, I kind of forgot about Hito Turkoglu. That's how they always.
He's great. That Magic team was good, but
Mhm.
then Kobe was better.
That's
You
right.
know, you know who was so disappointing at the end of his career was it was really in the middle of it and then just ended, but Gilbert Arenas, like he was
Yeah,
so
I
good.
know Hibachi.
You like to play with guns in the locker room.
He's shot.
Get that thing out of here.
His son's really good.
He's
He's like the
I
third
heard
best
about that. I
player
heard
in
about
the
that.
nation or something like that. He's around there.
A couple more comments here. I guess what do we got here? So Michael Buck is saying Matt picturing Tatum running away from a T-Rex. Just picture it, Matty G.
Imagining it right now.
And then he says, shout out to Kev Du wherever he may be. Josh B says Bukta. And Bukta is saying, I still think we're three-pitting. Hurley didn't turn down the Lakers for nothing. He's determined to lock it.
Yeah, but Hurley's
the
not
fucking-
playing, buddy.
No, he's not playing, and also it's like, I mean, I think it's it's just a big ask to ask to win 3 years in a row. I hope it happens, though. I really hope it
It
happens.
sounded like you said it's a big ass.
got a big ass out
we can
here.
always count on Renee for the one-liners. I feel like,
To make up for Tony not being
and I
here.
think that's a good segue to do our second trivia question here. So the question is same one, but for the Kansas City Chiefs. Who is the all-time leader in total touchdowns Chiefs history with 83? So who is all-time leader total touchdowns Chiefs history with 83? So we'll give everybody a couple minutes here to answer. And it's funny, they're showing Darnold's numbers from today up here, and
Ridiculous.
on the season over 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns. So by the time the year's over, conceivably he could have over 4,000 yards, at least mid-30s, pushing 40 in touchdowns. I mean, it is unbelievable. And we do have a couple guesses to start here, but we'll let them trickle in before we get to them. But an interesting question for sure, and kind of like the Chargers. The Chiefs have been around for a while, so a lot of guys have played there over the years. And right now it looks like we're about 14 minutes away from kickoff here at Arrowhead.
Is this true that Tyreek Hill has had more children this year than receiving touchdowns for, and he's had 5 kids?
I didn't know he had 5
What?
kids. Isn't he married?
Yeah. Suppose I guess.
No,
but-
did you guys hear the thing where it was like somebody said like he has his lawyer and that without his consent he like filed for divorce, and then Tyreek's like saying, "Oh, I never gave him the green light." It's like, well, after that happens, how could they stay married?
I
Like,
know.
did you remember hearing about that or no?
No, it's shot though.
Yeah. And Josh B says, we'll read the guesses here. I'll wait to deliver the answer just a little bit. But Michael Bucket says Tony Gonzalez. Josh B says Marcus Allen. And Josh B says, if it's not probably Mo Holmes, which is a rare typo from Josh B
he
here
loves the Mo.
at this point, and it's the passing touchdowns don't count. Otherwise, he is the passing touchdown leader in Chiefs history. He passed Len Dawson earlier this year.
I know the answer, but I can't say it because Barnes gave it to me.
Yeah, but we appreciate the integrity there, Michael.
Thank you.
And
I forgot about him.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's a little clue for everybody.
No, but and also another clue for everybody, like flash in the pan, like couple like unreal seasons, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
great
like
story.
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah. Definitely. And I'm sure Michael Butka is riled for the Steelers' 27-14 victory
Renee is.
over the Browns.
She asked me today if they played.
Wow, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't have the jersey on, to be honest.
She's not that much of a fan.
But the
That
the
would have been a
Steelers,
good idea.
with a brand new
She wanted to look good
quarterback,
today.
retooled roster.
I always look good every day.
10-3, and the vengeance for that disappointing loss on Thursday night. Russell Wilson, 15-26, 2 scores, no touchdowns, was sacked once. Najee Harris had a rushing touchdown, as it Pat Freiermuth and Van Jefferson with receiving touchdowns. But Pittsburgh in full control of the AFC North here, and really what a redemption comeback story. Really, I feel for both of them, and I know that Mike Tomlin through the years, everyone's always said, he's a great coach, but I think there's been a lot of skeptics saying, well, I mean, he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a lot of just 500 seasons to keep that streak going. But you just see the value of good coaching, good culture. And I think that's something that you can't deny with Tomlin. But the fact that he's able to Have Russell Wilson come in here, put him, under his wing, and get the locker room to respect him. Coming from that situation in Denver, I mean, it's a joke. He's hosting birthday parties, and
Who's
none
that?
of the, Russell Wilson. None of the team is showing up. It seemed like he was completely finished. And he's playing some of the best quarterback in the whole league here, and took over mid-season, got a late start to his season with that calf injury. He's only lost one game as the starter. I have to say, this is one of the bigger surprises for me, just being that I thought he was completely cooked. I mean, we were joking about the Mr. Unlimited and stuff.
He is corny.
He is, but it feels like, I mean, the way the team's playing, the way he's playing, I mean, clearly Tomlin has had a big impact on him.
Oh, I mean, Tomlin. I mean, the Steelers have had 3 coaches their entire existence. I mean,
that is
that's all you need to know.
No,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you're probably never going to see that again, to be honest. And
How many have the Jets had? That's a great question.
Well, I mean, you think about, we could name probably 10 coaches right now.
I know. It really is crazy.
Yeah. So no, I think continuity, is important. It's just great. What the Steelers have done.
It was just crazy.
And then, I guess,
Renee's
do
loving
you
it.
think we could just give the answer now? We've had a couple guesses, and one of them is correct. So I think it's time.
Really?
Michael,
We
right?
also had
someone
Josh
guessed it?
B say only other guess I have is Priest Holmes. After that, I got nothing.
Ding, 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 ding,
Good
ding, ding.
job.
Priest Holmes, 83
Yeah, bro.
touchdowns. Yeah,
I forgot about Holmes.
Right.
playing Madden growing up in middle school.
Dude. I said
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
pumped. You said Madden, dude. I'm so
Wow.
pumped. This
Wednesday, gaming corner. We know Josh B will be dialed in,
Dude.
White Claw in hand.
Oh my God, it's been
Wait,
3
Josh B is
months.
coming into the.
No.
the-
No.
no, we're just saying watching it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, Josh, you could come to the Horseshoe and claim your free drink.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not that far of a ride, right?
No.
No, not with the NJ Transit.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the Madden, the Shell, maybe some golf or 2K. So
Yeah,
a
definitely.
lot of options out there. And he says, "I wish LMAO." So
Pretty soon, when XRP pumps even
Yes.
more, he'll just be able to take trips.
Let's fucking go.
We'll send the helicopter to him.
the XRP Army.
That's right, baby. Someone's calling.
It's probably Michael Buckta. if I had
No
to guess.
caller ID, which I hate.
They're calling you.
Sketch balls. Yeah. You're live on the sports port. They hung up. All right.
oh man, I feel like I was excited. I was thinking actually that it was gonna be Tommy, honestly.
Tommy.
But also some other comments here. Josh saying Priest was a monster in those years. And Michael saying Barnes. Remember the first time I turned in the gaming corner and I was hammering Tatum. And he also says, in the way Michael saying his name was too funny.
No, I love my fondest memory of Buckta is just beating him in 2K.
No, that was
a
no,
legendary.
no, like
It was just crazy.
LeBron.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I forgot you were-
insane,
wait, so-
dude.
There's a clip online that is still out there that we put out.
Wait, but I'm trying to think actually. So what was that for? What was that for the
We
watch
had-
party?
yeah.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But and he also had said earlier, good shit by the Steelers today. Russ with the fire emoji says he could play easily another 5 years.
Whoa.
Which seems
It's a little too much. I
yeah,
think.
it seems a little much, but listen, I mean he is balling.
Shot
And then he
calling.
says, "No, Michael," talking about your 2K game.
I know. He definitely scars him.
You think he's been practicing?
No. He should be nervous though. We just got an Xbox One and a PS3 for $20, Barnes.
Wow.
Both working. Tony and I tested them last night, so I will definitely be bringing in. I have my Xbox game still, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 2K obviously is a little outdated, so I'll get a newer one for the studio. But
Yeah.
it's just good that we got those. They're
Yeah,
sick.
no, and I have to say, 'cause it's been a while since we've had like a gaming episode. I know we did like the draft, but that was like only part of it. But I am pumped. Like it is just the best. Like
It's
a couple
so fun.
hours just honing in.
The
and,
food.
Yeah, the food. Everybody tuning in. It's always a great time. And Josh B says I'm working on the 21st. Hopefully that's my next trip up. So of course, we can't.
He's working
wait.
on the 21st.
No, I'm coming on the 21st. That's what he's saying.
Is that our holiday party?
It doesn't mean I'm not working on the 21st.
Or he says I'm working on the 21st. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure
a
he'll
little
clarify what he's talking
confusing.
about. But yeah, I'm sure he'll clarify that. As we are only 5 minutes away from kickoff here at Arrowhead Stadium.
What are your predictions again?
So I have the Chiefs winning 20-13. What did you say again, Matt?
For the Chiefs?
I know you said under the
I took
total.
the under the 43. Yeah. So 17-14.
17-14.
Mhm.
What do you got, Michael?
I'm gonna go with Chiefs 28-21.
Classic game,
Yeah.
Mahomes
Yeah.
down the field.
Yep.
But I'm just
Barnes can't go on the phone.
No.
I'm only on here because I don't got a laptop.
No. So I'm only actually on the
Same.
phone because it's just lagging so bad. Like looking at the scores. And then Michael Bucka says, Barnes, what's your favorite thing to do in life? The sports board, Michael.
Oh.
And then he says Chiefs winning 23-16. So it seems like everybody's on the same page. So I would say, run to the cashier to take the Chargers as we have a man down, but Michael is on it.
We're on it.
So that's too funny.
I told you to be gentle.
I thought I was. I guess not gentle enough.
No, I was going to say.
Kyle's coming in to help.
And I'm sure you saw this at the Rhino, but the Panthers almost knocking
Mute
off
my
the
mic, Renee.
Eagles. They overturned
Rookie.
the catch by Leggett late in the game. And it was crazy, too, because I don't know if you guys had heard this, but there was somebody that had I think it was $3.2 million on the Eagles' money line, which was only netting $443,000. So I'm sure he was sweating it out. They probably lose the game if that catch, isn't overturned. But they hang on, and I know Saquon too in the game broke the Eagles' single-season rushing record. It's been a dream season for Saquon. What an impact coming over for the Giants. Another 100-yard game here, 124, 6.2 yards per carry on 20 attempts. And their touchdowns were Devonta Smith and Grant Carteria, a guy that I'm not familiar with. And it's interesting because the Panthers, the same thing happened, with the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, where they, really had a tough game, a tight game, and almost had a major upset. So kind of interesting that Bryce Young, has been written off, and understandably so. Has not delivered since being the number one pick in the draft a couple of years ago, but taking them to the wire.
You're playing better? Yeah, everything
that
was
was
on.
nuts.
Dude,
Nuts.
it was crazy. I mean, they could have won that game, and just a little hiccup there at the end didn't put them through. I mean, Carolina's playing better, dude. Maybe they might have a brighter future than the Jets.
Yeah, no, I know.
Tough.
It really just comes down to Bryce Young, though. I mean, they gave up all those draft picks for him. What is he going to become? And then, we hadn't mentioned Seattle winning here 30-18, over the Arizona Cardinals. Geno Smith, 24-30, 233 touchdowns. So, Seattle remains in first place in the NFC West. It's interesting, though. I think it's, you got to respect what they've done, being that, they have that 3-0 start to the season. Then they drop 3 in a row. So you're like, how good is this team really? But they've hung in there, under first-year head coach Mike McDonald, who came over as from the defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. But I just question, how good they really are. But then again, you keep winning and you send, the Cardinals to their third straight loss here, a road division game. Zach Charbonnet, was impressive in this one, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 23-year-old running back in his second season out of UCLA, star of the show here. And, we know what they have at receiver, with Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. But just be interesting to see how this plays out. Right now they have that 1-game lead over the Rams, as we head towards the stretch run, of the season. And that game between the Rams and the Seahawks is actually the last game of the season. So potentially that could be, your Sunday night winning in game. And when these teams played earlier, back on the 3rd, of November, the Rams did win in overtime, 26-20.
I do want to just make a shout out. Sorry.
Yes.
Shout out Elka. Happy birthday.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday
Elka.
so much. Got to see her today. We had a great lunch, and I just opened up my phone and saw my photo with her, so I was just like,
Thought of it.
let me shout her out.
No doubt.
She's not going to
Happy
see
birthday,
it,
happy
but I'll
birthday.
show
Yeah,
her
yeah.
when next time I
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Oh,
see her.
she'll
I'll pull
love
it up.
that.
Yeah.
I've been to the house a couple times.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Love Elkin Basel. So
Yeah.
They're
Solid.
great.
Yeah.
One
Went
day
to the
we'll all
house for
go.
for New Year's one year.
2 years ago or 3?
I think it was probably 3 years ago.
3.
no,
Matt
it'll
knows.
be 2.
It'll be 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt knows.
Yeah.
He's good with that stuff.
Yeah. Dates.
Renee.
All right, I'm
Tell
gonna pull up
Instagram-
the receipts.
Go ahead. Handle your receipts.
I was going to ask you before you got up. I was mentioning, the
What?
Seahawks winning. You got the 1 game lead in the division. It's
Yeah.
weird, even though 8-5 and they're hanging in there. I still feel like they're not with Geno. I don't know. It's like, how could you really?
They won't go far.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And I mean, with a 1 game lead, I mean the Rams.
That also is a product of the division too, though. The Niners have been hurt the whole year.
Yeah.
And and the Rams obviously they're humming a little bit now, but they got off to a terrible start. And it's just kind of like they had a couple things working for them that were out of their control, and they kind of took advantage of it. But I have no faith in them to do anything in the playoffs. Not go like first round out of there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams end up catching them. I mentioned
Yeah.
they have that game the last week of the season, so all they need to do is make up 1 game, and technically San Francisco is still in it, but I think they buried themselves just a little too much, at this point in the year. But upcoming for Seattle, they have a tough game actually Sunday Night Football. So 1 week from right now, they will be hosting the Packers. Obviously, that's a tough game. Then they host the Vikings. Then they're at the Bears. And then, you have that game against the Rams. So it'll be interesting to see how they finish up. And looking on the other side of this, as we're moments away from kickoff, Tamba Hali, the former Chiefs linebacker, I guess, what would you say? Batting the drum, is it, Michael? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
I'm glad there's no woke shit over here with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, this is sick.
Real quick, guys.
Dope.
That's
Yes.
I went back on the receipts.
Oh my god, Renee. Golly.
Oh my gosh, what the
Wow.
heck?
I think Renee rigged that. for you, Michael.
Tony, this never happens with Tony.
Now, hold on a second, Renee. Before you go any further, all right? I'm gonna say, what I'm saying is, it was New Year's when it was turning into 2023. That's when we were there.
Yes, that's correct.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
I know it is.
Yes.
Mute my mic. That's another fact.
That's right.
So
Why is-
basically, you're saying Gali.
I mean, that shit had me saying, golly,
No, you can't see it.
golly. Dude, John thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah. But the Chiefs getting the ball first here. So be interesting to see what they do against this Chargers defense, who has played pretty well. So be interesting
Mike,
to see. Anytime
maybe
you get a
just,
division game, seems
don't
like they're always
move the
played
microphone.
tight. First
I'm
play
talking
from scrimmage
just in your
here.
ear. No one else can hear me.
Matthew, personal favorite,
What?
Isaiah Pacheco. getting-
Pacheco.
opening the game. Sorry, Renee, about not touching this, keeping it in place. That's basically what you're saying.
Wait, can anyone else hear me when I was just talking?
Yeah.
Si, patron.
No, it was very subtle. So I think we could hear it, but it was there.
Oh, I thought I clicked but I wonder if they could hear that on air. So I swore I was just talking just in Mike's ear.
No,
No,
we all hear
I
you,
heard the
Renee.
whole thing.
Oh,
Another run here from Pacheco. Looks like it's going to be
Yeah.
3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1.5 here.
you're so unprofessional.
Yeah, coming from you.
Senor Pacheco.
And they're showing
That was a great
Mahomes' stats here: 19 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 248 yards per game, lowest mark of his career. But 11-1 is 11-1. Speaking of one, a 3rd and 1, they handed off to the up back here, who was Pacheco, and they get the first down. And I think they've really welcomed him back into the lineup. They were going with Kareem Hunt in his absence. I think it was like the second or third week of the season. Pacheco had gotten hurt, so I think as the weeks go on, he's only going to get more comfortable. No, last week was So this is the second. It's funny how like that seems like it was a couple weeks ago already. Last week, like
I know. No, it's crazy.
But just crazy how the time goes. So he drops back here. Pressure in his face, but it is complete. Looks like that's Kelsey over the middle. So the Chiefs driving early on here, against the Chargers. Mahomes looking pretty good.
Patty.
And I think really reminding us of why, despite kind of their uneven or his uneven play this year, that, he remains one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And I really think by the time he's done, as long as, this organization stays stable and, he can have Andy Reid as his coach for, at least the next few years, that he will eventually be considered the best quarterback of all time. Of course, you want to see him churn out, more consistent years in terms of production from what he's had so far this year. What do you guys think about that? You think he's going to eventually catch Brady? I think without a doubt. He's so young. He only has 3 championships under 30. No,
I've always thought he would.
Yeah.
And I want him to. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't know why Tony loves Tom Brady. Tony, what is wrong with you, bro? Like, he's such a chief.
Who do you think he loves more, Tom Brady or Mika Zibanejad?
Or wait, better question. Do you think he loves Tom Brady more or hates McDavid more?
Hates McDavid. But do you think it's just because we were just too jacked and he just didn't want to hear it? Like, I get the point of he thinks it's not going to happen, but for me, it still seems like it's more than that for him,
Yeah, it's one of those things he doesn't like the Chiefs, right? He doesn't like Mahomes.
No. So he said guaranteed first round they're out this year. First round out.
Tony. It's okay, buddy.
The Tonester. What do you think Tony's eating right now?
Everything.
Wings.
Lasagna for everyone.
Yes, definitely tons of lasagna for everybody.
Yeah, dude. That really is a shame. I was coming. It was a little tradition for us the last few years.
Yeah, the Manor House.
Well,
it was just unfortunate, just like
the day,
everything, just everything leading up to it. And
I feel like next year we'll all go there.
Oh, yeah.
You're in New York.
Yeah,
you like that.
Always a good time in Staten Island. The 2 times I went there this summer for the events was unbelievable, honestly. The Materialos too. I mean,
they're
what
the best.
Hosts? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Really, I have such a good time just hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Like Tony could leave.
Yeah. Seriously.
Tony has left. He went to go work a job and we were just there at their house.
Great time.
And then that pool, dude.
Oh my god.
How about the bubbles in the pool, dude? You like that?
No, but
your
honestly,
face is in there.
Oh, it's the best. It really is.
Yeah.
And then playing rat or horse or whatever you want to call it.
I will be there this summer. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, no. It's
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
We're actually, the next trip we're doing, DTV trip. Go ahead, Renee, actually.
Oh, the last time that we were there, I hit a very relaxing day. And it's very hard to fully relax. I fell asleep on the floaty in the pool and then I woke up and then I fell asleep again. And then I had a sandwich and then I had a cigar and then.
Oh, have a cigar.
You want one, Barnes?
Yeah. And I was roasting in the sun. My skin got so tan. So what better day than that?
You can't beat it. You really can't.
That was Michael K. Beach Bash.
And I love the night swim. I feel like nothing like a good night swim.
Love the night. Oh, actually,
you want to go to the sound right now?
A little cold there. They like to keep it nice and warm. What was that, Renee?
At my house in Jersey, we have a pool in our backyard. And in the summer, when you swim out there in the night, bats come and they'll swing and they'll swoop on the top of the water.
That's
don't dive into Renee's pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's smaller than you think.
Yeah, Mike.
So
you're saying shallow.
I did the diving board straight. I was like the Michael Phelps right into the. I was
did you land to a handstand?
Face.
But did
you
gotta
be
careful
with that.
Nothing happened, thank God.
Did it kill though?
I was popped.
I think the issue's just Michael because he also hurt himself also in Tony's pool.
Tony, you know the sides of Tony's pools?
Yeah.
How they're like this, dude. So I jumped in and I twisted my ankle, bro. Like, why is that? Like, who designed that?
Yeah. No, what about
and then
too, how
Mrs.
some,
Material give you her
She
meds.
took care of me.
no, what about too, how the ball, when it goes out of the pool, it always has to go a mile away and can't come back? As
But they
Matthew
do-
Wright
It
lines
is
up
nice
for a
though that
47
they have
yarder
like
here.
15 balls.
Yeah.
So you're good.
And it is good. So the Chiefs take a 3-0 lead here in Kansas City. But yeah, the swimming, like you probably haven't been swimming in a while. You kind of miss it or not? No, because I'm saying you used to like
Over
be
this,
swim.
well, I did this past summer.
Yeah, you know, but I
So-
meant. Oh, was that? Did you go to
Y.
the Y? Oh, okay, the
Yeah.
Y. Because you used to be though in the sound. I feel like you used to go a lot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But
Yeah.
then everything kind of got sketchy with the sound.
Yeah.
I just,
It is super sketch.
I would, it'd be nice to, I don't know, we'll see. This
There's
summer,
these like
figure it
inventions
out.
these dudes made where like they're almost like trash bag looking things. They're not trash bags, but like you throw them out into the water and they
Mhm.
just collect all the shit. And then you go
Yeah.
out there, whoever with the boat, and then they grab them. I just like, why
Oh,
don't we
to
throw
clean
like
everything
why don't we
up.
throw 100 of them in the Long Island Sound? I guarantee
Yeah.
it clears up.
I don't know.
Yeah. No,
So
they really
nice.
should do that. They
Because
really
the dump, I mean, the Bridgeport, when it,
But
we've
is
been
this
told
a-
it
is this-
overflows, all
but
the
it-
shit goes in the
But
water,
is it
like literally
anything
poop.
illegal, or this
Yeah,
is just?
Every time it rained,
Every time it rains,
we would go to work and just
Tell
tell
peop-
people that they can't go in.
enough said.
Didn't even go up in the chairs because nobody can go in the water.
Wait, say, like what happened to work?
Like when I was in the guarding days, whenever it would a big rainstorm would happen the night before, we would go in, and the water would be closed because what Mike said, the Bridgeport sewage overflowed into the sound, so you can't go in that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's
Because
beat.
and it stinks too because it's like so close to here, obviously, and it's like I just like I've always like loved swimming. So the
Mhm.
fact that like
It's so
you know,
good
and
for
then
you.
so many other places of the world, like the water is so clean, clear, and stuff. The fact that like we're so far removed from that,
Nah,
like
dude.
just kind of sucks. But pools are great though. Honestly, I do love
Yeah.
like Tony's pool is amazing. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It is.
The outdoor pools are.
The whole backyard is just so nice.
and I think if I had a pool, I would definitely go in it every day.
The only thing is, like, I do like the heated pool, but I like my pool is not heated, and in the summertime it feels so refreshing and crisp going
Yeah.
into like a nice crisp pool.
No, I love that. Like as long as like
Crispy.
we're in the midst of like
A
a
heat wave,
hot
yeah.
stretch, but it's like when we went in Tony's, I don't know for whatever reason that was just like happened. Like the temperature was perfect.
Mhm.
You know, being at night too, because night
Yeah.
It
obviously
gets a little
is-
cooler.
Yeah, because there were points where it actually was cold. Like
Yeah.
when we got out, like we were
Mhm.
pretty cold. So the Chiefs about to kick off here to Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers, and you know it's been quite the turnaround for the Chargers, for Herbert, for Jim Harbaugh. I
That's
feel like
a
I'm
hard
always
name to
talking
say.
about. No, actually, forever. By the way, I thought it was Harbog. I'm not kidding. That's what I said it like that for probably 10
I
years.
always thought it was Harborough.
Everybody says that.
Mhm.
My dad has always said that too. It took me forever, but then it was like, okay, Harbaugh, like you're not really pronouncing the last part of it. But you know, the Chargers are a team coming into this year. You know, they fired Brandon Staley last year. You know, they lost Keenan Allen, they lost Mike Williams, they lost Austin Eckler. So coming into this year, everyone's like, wow, they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. But Harbaugh has really turned them around. And I think he's really gotten the best out of Justin Herbert. And they've been really good at running the football, kind of limiting, you know, the dangerous throws as they get stuffed here. Gus Edwards blown up in the backfield by number 54 for Kansas City. So what a play there to get started. It looks like this is O'Neal, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
That was a good move, and he wasn't. It's not like he was wide open to him. He had to push his way through to make that tackle. And I just see on here, Josh B says Jim Harbaugh proves that coaching means more than your QB. No one has said it, but beyond the truth. Yeah.
What did he say? I'm sorry. I was just actually
He
reading
says,
text from him.
He says Jim Harbaugh proves that coaching means more than your quarterback. No one has said it, but beyond the truth.
Yeah.
As the
100%.
Chiefs, another big play here.
I'm telling
Zach.
you.
So a sack to set up a 3rd and long here for the Chargers. But pretty remarkable what he's done first
Yeah.
year, right? I mean, the Chargers seem like a mess.
Kind of not surprising though, because he's done it time and time
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
No, and it's funny too. I'm sure.
Did he coach Kaepernick?
Yes. Yep. Went to the Super Bowl with him.
Has he won one?
They lost to the Ravens, and that was
To
it.
his brother.
He was 4 years in the NFL, 10 years at Michigan, and now he's back in
With the
NFL. But
Chargers.
he actually was in college before at San Francisco, but hadn't won anything. But he won Stanford and wow, as a big hit delivered there, but a first down
How
on
is that
a
a flag?
3rd and 16. I guess they're saying a headshot on Quentin Johnson, the former number 1 pick, wide receiver out of TCU. But I always thought like the Jets should have got Harbaugh going back years and years. Because my whole thing is, it kind of speaks to what Josh B is saying, where it's like, if you have a guy, wherever he goes, he wins. It's kind of like just do it, dude, like type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why deviate from that?
Who do we get? Oh.
I mean, that's why, like, people being willing to accept the job. That's why it almost feels like, even though I've been against it, that it's going to end up being Rex.
I know it is. I have a feeling too.
I mean, the motivation will be good, but
It will be.
The coaching decisions and X and O's are the thing I'm concerned about.
Minus the teeth.
Yeah. Oh, they're falling out.
And his eyebrows are scary.
Yeah.
But minus all that, I'm okay with it.
100%.
I want to finish the job. Sanchez, offensive coordinator. I'm joking. Mark.
That
I'm
would
joking.
be ridiculous.
I'm joking.
Maybe a holding call here. Yep, holding.
Renee, how's this shot right now? If I'm sitting like this, am I okay?
What?
How is my shot if I'm sitting like this?
Not bad.
Okay, cool.
Do you see? This is completely unrelated, but they're saying, like, it was. You never know with these reports, but they're saying that Fried is either going to go to the Yankees or the Red Sox.
Who's that?
Really?
Max Fried, he's a pitcher. He was on the Braves last year. He's like 30-year-old. Is left-handed too? I think, right?
I think. Wait, what are the teams?
Like either the Yankees or the Red Sox. That's what they said. And supposedly the money is less than Rodon's contract, which I thought was surprising because if you look at the numbers, he's actually performed better than Rodon did coming in with the Yankees. So, I mean, obviously it feels like we have a lot of starters, and they've been talking about maybe they trade Nestor. But I think it would be solid, especially if the money's not crazy and it doesn't prohibit the Soto resigning.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is a big week.
I know. Like, can you not wait
you
till
feel
like?
good about it.
No, I feel good, but I just want to like get through that and then like work on the rest. You know what I mean? It feels like we're like until that goes, we can't do everything else.
I truly do think he wants to be a Yankee.
Soto.
Yeah, it just like we were saying too. It's like a little annoying, but you understand it. It's business and stuff. But it's like he's got to suck every penny out of us.
Yep.
I don't like modern day athletes. That's what.
No,
it is.
I know.
There's no love for the game. They just want the lifestyle. There's very few. Like Judge, he loves baseball.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's like one of the few. I'm trying to think who else. Like in other sports, maybe Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's not. It's not like all that other. Like, it's not him. Like, it's not like he's going out on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, McDavid. I like watching him post game in this cup, like that. I love that.
Igor.
He's such a chief dude.
Jacob Trouba. But Josh B also says we shouldn't need him, but Rodon hasn't been it. And yeah, you said it.
Rodon sucks.
It's weird though. It's like he had some really good stretches last year.
I need more consistency.
But yeah, the playoffs like were kind of he had those moments, but then he couldn't follow through all the way. But next year is a big year because he could really completely change the narrative. He obviously took a step forward last year versus the 6 ERA. He had the previous season as Herbert looking to run for the first 3rd and 16. He's going to be short. Looks like the ball is going to be marked at about the 38, 39-yard line. So this would be a long field goal. I don't know if they're going to go for it. Punt. Harbaugh looking on here. Looks like Herbert's coming out and
he's hurt.
Looks like he's a little
hippie.
Looks like they're punting here. So Chiefs going to get the ball and be back on offense here. J.K. Scott back to punt for the Chargers here. Looking to pin them deep inside their own territory. I was so confused, like the way that they were acting. I thought it was because it's something that
It
happened.
sounded like there was way more people in there. There's like 6.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what that reminded me of? That type of comment, like a Tony, like with a dead serious face. You know, we're just
yeah. I gotta play his part.
oh my god.
Um,
We were just talking about it, I think, on Friday about how I was like, come on, like a bunch of people, and he mentioned you mentioning it. Just had to say how it's impossible to tell if he's dead serious or he's just being a dick about something.
oh, it's crazy.
But I think in the stash.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah, definitely, dude.
Dude, do you want to go get some food or something? Sure, yeah. Like, do you want to go, like, not do that?
Oh my god, dude, it's so funny, so funny.
Man, I just got to whip some MJ.
Yeah,
I
front and
smelled that
center.
too.
It's crazy, you know, when you're not partaking and eating salad, how much you smell salad.
Oh yeah, front and center. Like I said,
It's crazy.
it's crazy. Have you looked? Like there hasn't been any new like develop like with the free agency.
No.
There's a development of like salad. Barnes doesn't get it.
I mean, no, I
he
get
does.
it, Renee. I get it. You know what it was? I was just trying to do a little research myself.
You're on your phone.
It just
While listening to me.
no, but Renee, we talked about this. The laptop. I don't know if it's the laptop. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi.
It's the
here.
Wi-Fi here.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
But it is weird. Like sometimes, like so for work, I'll have like a couple documents up,
Mhm.
minimized, and then when I go put on a couple tabs, then it's like so slow, like barely works. But then when I close those out, then it's fine. Kind of
I
weird,
mean,
but I
it
guess
is a
probably
Chromebook.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that was a Tony too. Spot on, dude. Spot
That
on.
is a Tony comment right there.
Oh man. So 10 minutes ago,
No.
Andy Martino says Soto's situation appears to be coming to a head this evening.
They're not gonna announce it though.
And then let's see what else we got here. And then reporting live with at Yankees Brew, 10:30 p.m. from winter meetings. Please attend and tell all your friends, fellow baseball, something's brewing. And then someone else is saying if it's meant to be, it will be.
Those guys are funny sounding.
Boy.
Also, any TikTok people out there, TikTok's getting banned January, so be ready for
Is
that.
that like
Pumped about it.
100%? Or?
Yeah. I honestly, they could go F themselves.
It is 100% like it was passed in like Congress.
Yeah. In like Congress?
Wait, so really?
Really?
100%.
Josh
Renee,
B,
you have a laptop
any,
right there.
Any
Okay.
Soto
I'll
developments,
pull it
anything
up
I'm
for you right
missing
now.
here?
I'll pull it up. I'll put up, Renee.
As looks
I'll
like
get you the
they
date.
go with, is this Pacheco on first down or was that was Hunt working his way forward here? for
January
first down.
19th, Renee.
6:20 left
So like
here in the
over
first
the world?
quarter.
It's over.
Just US.
Oh, okay.
Boy, it's crazy that
So,
may happen tonight.
What's
so
that?
who said that?
Well, no, Andy Martino was the
Okay.
one that said it appears to be coming to a head tonight.
Where's Andy Martino from again?
He's Yankees Mets at SNY.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything else.
Tomorrow's the first day of winter meetings,
Yeah,
so maybe they do drop it tonight, and then that'll be like
to
the
get things going.
yeah,
What's that?
like Soto. Maybe tonight.
No, really.
Maybe.
I can't believe it. And then oh man.
What happened?
No, Michael's just talking about the inauguration. It's just like, Michael, read the room here. We're talking Soto. Like, is it really the time, bud? The sports report is DeAndre Hopkins.
Just be happy he won. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. And then Joey Greenwood says that TikTok Bill said that they have to sell to an American company by
Yep.
the deadline or their bans.
There's
Bite.
rumors.
It's called. I was just reading an article called Bite.
Bite Dance.
Bite Dance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe Bezos buys it. We'll see. I was thinking of buying it. TikTok.
would've been sick.
Just
Call
got
it
a
downtime TV.
just got a text from Josh B, and I really appreciate it. And basically, he's on it in terms of like looking into Soto if there's anything I'm missing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Michael Butkin says you did say TikTok, Barnes. What, I don't get what he means by that.
So he could talk about the inauguration. That I don't see how they.
But I yeah.
How do they go hand in hand though?
I guess, Michael. I guess, but that's the only one I'm going to give you. Okay. As it looks like we got a 3rd and 4 here inside of 5 minutes left of the first quarter of this game.
What did Josh say about text you?
Oh no, he just said that he is looking. Like he said, he's going to look into it. Is what I'm saying. Like, if there's any development.
Matt had a dream that he went to the Mets.
Really?
Yeah, but
Well,
last
dude,
night it was weird.
luckily, dreams don't have any correlation. Like for that type of dream, anyway.
Yeah,
It's like,
no,
obviously-
definitely
yeah.
not. I mean, I've had 2 nightmares where dogs would like beat me up and mauled me, and
That doesn't happen.
no, and I
Yeah.
love dogs.
And
They
then
love me.
Michael,
Yeah,
like
so-
a little defensive here, saying TikTok was brought up. Got to give me a pass on that. Pass
Oh, of
granted,
course.
sir.
And
You're gonna get a
also-
flash pass like you're at Six Flags.
Also,
Disneyland,
Joey Greenwood
California.
said DTV is going to be the next TikTok.
100%.
100%.
More so
1,000,000%.
YouTube range, but definitely a little. We'll be there.
Matt
It's a match.
Arizaria back to punt here. Davis deep to return. So Chargers will look to get something going.
I don't know. We'll see how what's his name's doing.
Shout out to everyone tuning
Quarterback.
in
Yeah, Herbert.
to the show tonight. We got a lot of people on X.
Oh, look at that! Right on the 1 yard.
Wow. Pinning them.
I love when that happens.
Love pinning. And no, you're right, Renee. The X, no, pinning them inside deep in their own territory.
No,
It's
no.
great.
You've ever been inside the pinner barn?
Oh, jeez.
You guys and your inside jokes.
Been a long week.
To everyone tuning in tonight, we also we run Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. So tune in tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about the games tonight and all other things in sports.
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll be talking about Scotty Scheffler winning again in the
Mr. Scheffler, huh?
Bahamas.
Wow.
Where,
so-
Atlantis?
Yeah.
I love Atlantis.
Well, actually, wait. So I guess it's right by there. You know where it actually is so it's on the resort where SBF used to live.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those out there, that's Sam Bankman fraud,
Bankman Rat.
dude. Ridiculous.
And then Josh B.
Haley Welsh is next.
Yeah, that's true. Josh B. pulling a Tony here and goes, quote unquote, pinning inside deep with the crying emoji. Tony texted him, definitely.
Yeah, Josh likes those. He searches for it.
Tony, though, will always be like the pinnacle of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't help himself.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah,
We got
dude.
someone tuning in over here to say something. Do you guys hear that? Did you hear?
No. What was it?
What did you say? Said, the AFC champion,
The Lions, NFC.
NFC. We
Lions,
are,
NFC champions.
yeah.
It's a good call right there, dude.
He says
Oh, yeah, go up
Detroit
to the mic.
Lions.
We didn't hear you.
I didn't have your.
She had it muted.
Go ahead.
Detroit Lions.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm definitely rooting for them. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
Wait, but what do you guys think, though? You think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl?
I
at
think
least?
so.
Yeah, dude,
Campbell's ready. Campbell
No, but
wants
it's,
it.
I've
Yeah.
never seen like a situation develop like that situation
know.
with Campbell. I mean, he seemed like such a clown when he
Yeah.
first started, and now he's like one of the most respected coaches in the whole league.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sick.
when you're on an 0-16 team, you know how to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he figured out how to do the opposite.
yeah. No, you're
I don't.
right.
And another thing, Tony and I were talking about it. How the hell do people listen to the dude from Shelton?
Orlovsky.
Oh, dude, he's an idiot.
Like he was on the 0-16 team.
Yeah.
Like he running out of bounds. Like he's in the game still, throwing a quarterback, throwing a pass.
And
throwing
Michael
a quarterback.
Bucca says Steelers Lions is the dream Super Bowl, and that was actually the matchup. Or actually, no. What am I talking about? I don't know why. No, I was thinking the Lions because they played the Seahawks in Detroit back in the 05 Super Bowl. But he also asked if I'd say the Atlantis. I haven't, but I've been to the water park there. And then Bernie in the building saying, "What's up, fellas?" So good to have Bernie with us here. The Chargers pinned deep.
Why does
their own
Bernie
territory.
have his YouTube name as Danny
Because
V?
his actual name is Danny, but his nickname is Bernie because he looks like Bernie Williams, Renee, who used to play for
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
the New York Yankees. Jeremy Schaap.
Oh, Renee, you look so confident there.
Yeah, Renee. I'm sorry. I kind of did set you off because if it was a sports thing, you would think it would be the Steelers. I understand that. Yeah. And then Michael Butka says, Burns. How long did you stay in the freaking Bahamas for? I was there a couple times. I actually never stayed there. Just went off of a cruise ship a couple times.
I've been there. I stayed for like a week, I think it was.
In Atlantis?
Nice.
Yeah, it was when I was young. I was like maybe 12. I think I was 12. It's where I met my first love of my life.
Dope.
Child puppy love type
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
it was one of those moments where it's like, whoa.
I wish to said her name because
I don't want to say
I
it.
know, the way-
She's a person.
the way you said. I know it doesn't sound like.
It's a funny name. It's like super Spanish, and then her last name's
Yeah.
Irish.
How about Michael Bucket
I've been waiting for this phone call. Please.
Oh,
Renee.
yes.
What?
What do we got?
We have a phone
I'm
call.
almost nervous. Like, what is he going to say here?
You're live on the sports board. Talk to
Joshua
me.
B.
What is up, family?
Yes.
What's going on?
What's going on,
What is
man?
up, family? What is going on?
Not much, man.
We love you, dude. What's going on? Talk to me.
Joshua.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best. What's going on, man?
Yo.
Talking this
Talk-
Soto stuff.
Yeah. Talk to us about Soto.
Yeah, what do we got?
Give
What
us
do we
the
got?
beat on Soto right now?
Nothing so far, man. I text you. I'm doing the digging.
Yeah,
Nothing
no, I
so
appreciate you.
Does your back hurt?
From doing all that digging.
Digging from digging.
far. Because the adrenaline is going for the Yankees. So
I know,
no,
dude.
no
Yeah.
big.
I know. It really,
Josh.
no, it really is.
Josh, if
I
you
might
had
not be able to sleep tonight.
Hold
now.
on, we
I
gotta
know
wait for these
that.
hooligans.
Wow, a
Josh.
big player for the Chargers inside of Chief territory.
Josh, if you had to put all your XRP down, what would you say Soto signs with the Yankees?
Damn, that's rough. That's rough.
All of it.
All of it.
No, seriously, really, don't
Well,
let these hooligans
well,
fool you.
No, I'll say this, right? If we're going to talk about XRP and the money situation, I'm going to say the Mets because Steve Cohen has the most money.
No, I'm saying if you had to bet your XRP on it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're telling me that, I'm
Damn.
saying Steve Cohen has the most money.
No,
So
I don't think-
it would
I don't
be-
think you don't
He's not
get it.
getting it.
You're
He's
not
not
getting it.
getting it.
I'm just saying, what do you think?
It's
Do you
all
think
right.
he's going to sign with the Yankees or not?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't.
See,
I don't.
I knew
But
it.
you really think I know you're making the money reference, but you really think like Soto like wants to play for the Mets, the money part of it aside. Like he actually wants to be a Met.
Well, see, now you're putting a different situation out there. Money aside, you want to stay with the Yankees. You just went to the World Series.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys had the follies in the series, but you got there, and you were a big part of it, as was your
Guy hit behind
Batman
you.
or Robin, whichever way you want to do it.
Yep.
Judge. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess
You
I should
still have
reword the
Cole.
question. If you had to
Go
bet
ahead.
all your XRP, would you bet that he signs with the Yankees or signs with another team?
Another team.
Damn. Now I know it's real.
Another team.
But
Damn.
I hate to say it, but
but I guess you really think that the Mets are going to be like that much. I just don't see how they're going to offer that much more. I feel like we're going to be right there with the offer, and then it's like, okay, it's $20 million more. He's really going to go for $20 million over the course of a 15-year deal. He's going to go to the Mets for that.
all right. So I had a really, really deep conversation with the group chat and PCA or whatever. And the conversation was that the other side said that people that are bidding for Juan Soto have money outside of MLB. And the Yankees don't have that kind of money. I rebuttal saying that the Yankees do have that kind of money, and they make that money on the Yankees.
That's right. That's
So
right.
the money that all these other people spend outside of
Their
of
team.
baseball,
Yeah.
right, outside of the team, the Yankees make that money.
Yes.
And unless you spend $7.55 billion, which is what the Yankees are worth, you're not going to outspend them
Right.
at all.
Right.
So
So I also think
it's really on House to spend out that money. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
no. I was just gonna say I also just think to Barnes' point. I mean, this is for the next this is for the rest of his career. I mean, I just think you would want to be in Yankee pinstripes, dude. Like with your legacy and everything like that, you want to win as a Yankee, bro. You know what I'm saying, Josh? No doubt.
I completely agree. The Yankee legacy definitely would make a win better for Juan Soto's legacy. No question. I completely agree.
And I guess I would ask, like, when you're saying the Mets, like, it's like, so how much more do you think that they're going to offer than the Yankees are?
Well, right now, the talks are between 710 and 730 for 15 years, right?
Yeah.
So I saw something where that's kind of like the same range as Judge for average per year. So why wouldn't the Yankees be able to at least do that?
I think they
keep
will.
up with Cohen now, right? That's what I'm saying. Right now they are, but if Cohen's going to go some stupid exorbitant amount, and Hal says, no, I'm not going to do
You think
that.
he's going to do a Billy?
Right. No, I don't think it'll get that high. I think if it's going to go like super stupid crazy, I think it'll go to like 780, 790.
Dude, and then Josh, what do you think too about you saw that came out this week that the Yankees will get the last licks at it? They'll go back. They're like the Yankees will have the final kind of offer, basically.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, with what you just said, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to give the Yankees the last licks, we'll call it the last licks, right? Baseball last licks.
Yeah.
Why not just sign with them? If you're going to give them the last licks, just sign with them.
Well, then clearly that's saying to me that he wants to be on the Yankees. But I don't know.
So
what
then
else
it's a balance of, he wants the money, which is what I think. He wants the money. Or do you want to be a Yankee? If you want to be a Yankee, then you don't have to say, oh, let's give the Yankees the last licks on the offer.
Yeah, I can see that too. But I just think, for me, what I took from that was, he wants to play on the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like the Mets was just like a backup so that he could, get this huge deal. But it just seemed like it almost seems like if it was going to the Mets too, they would have been right away, because you'd say, okay, give me $800 million, I'll go, done, and that's it. But it just seems like this is like pushing the Yankees up. That's what it feels like. And Bernie, by the way, said, "Hey, let's go." Prez with the call in. Thank you, Mike, for making that happen. And then Bernie also says 700 too much, man. I don't think I can agree with that one.
Yeah, no.
Just because we know what impact he had on the Yankees last year and how much impact he will have going forward. So it's just like, the number, just when you say the number, it seems very large, a lot, whatever. But it's like, that's what you need to do, and the rest will take care of itself. And that's what I truly believe. It was just crazy.
I completely agree, because honestly, the money to the fans should mean absolutely nothing. It's not your money.
Right.
These teams make millions and billions of dollars.
They certainly don't care about
no
you.
reason for them to just spend it.
And it's like
exactly, Michael.
And this is on a per year thing. It's not like he's making $100 million a year. Like per year, it's really not that crazy. So that's why it's just like I don't see why there would be any hesitation.
And honestly, the deferred money does scare me, because I'm trying to make this really short. The money that Ohtani's going to get deferred, he can go to Texas, live in Texas, Florida, any southern state, no state taxes, and collect that money with no taxes.
No, but you know what we heard the other night, dude, which is crazy. Every athlete that plays in a city has to pay taxes on that city when they play there.
Yeah.
I got to look more into that, but I heard that if he goes to Texas or
Obviously,
somewhere.
Texas, yeah, those states are like,
But
they
it's,
don't.
it's per
Right,
game.
the tax,
though.
the
It's per
tax, the
game.
low
per
tax,
game.
the low tax. Yep.
So it's just
Yep,
they're
the low
still
tax,
paying
the benefit
the
taxes.
is
tax,
the 81 games that you play at home.
I'm not paying my taxes here. Screw the IRS. If the government doesn't have to, I'm not.
Mahomes will pick up the first here.
I'm joking, everybody. I'd go to jail.
Michael
Pull
has
up
been
this clip.
flagged.
Yeah, oh, definitely. No, I'd do it early.
But it's just crazy that it seems like we're gonna find this out tonight.
You really think it's gonna be tonight?
Just the way everybody's talking, right? And it just seems like, how much longer is it gonna be every day? Oh, this,
I know.
that.
Did you guys love his little Celsius thing? You didn't see it?
Yeah, I did see
He's
it.
like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna sign with the Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
The
didn't see
energy
that.
drink?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was like a whole thing, like almost like it was like he was gonna tell you.
Wow. But judging by the background, you would have thought the decision was already made, right? That one was for Michael.
Thank you.
As we are now into the second quarter. Still 3-0. Looks like we're gonna. Okay, no, we're staying right here. Troy Dye looks like he's having a big year for the Chargers.
Josh, who do you think's winning the Super Bowl this year?
Wow, that's a good one. It's really hard to go against the Chiefs. It's
Right.
it's gonna be the Chiefs and the Lions, and I think it'll be the Lions.
Wow.
It'll be a great Super Bowl
Yeah.
if that happens.
I think it'll be the Lions.
I kind of think it's gonna be same matchup, but I think the Chiefs. But I would like to see the Lions do it, but obviously, like we were talking about, I don't mind Mahomes stacking up the championships to eventually
Surpass
Thomas Edward.
That's his name.
I'll say
Brady.
I'll say
Patrick
this.
Brady.
I'll say this though I'll say this on like a side note. This year would be the year for Lamar Jackson to get through Mahomes and to have the opportunity. So if it's not the Chiefs, I'll say it's either the Ravens or the Bills. We'll see.
Yeah.
But right now the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and right now they're like the Minnesota Vikings of 2 years ago, and the difference is that they're a different team than the Vikings, where they finished the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs have proven that they win Super Bowls and they are well coached, and it's not like that fluke that the Vikings were where they lost to the Giants. So
Yeah.
to me,
Wow.
what everybody's saying, the Chiefs can easily, now they're getting healthy. They got Pacheco back. They could easily, just go on the run and just, take over easily.
And I just think the whole thing is, you have Mahomes, the fact that at any moment he could make any throw. There's just not a long list of quarterbacks that could do that. You mentioned Lamar, and I feel like that's what always has hesitated, me to say, oh, maybe the Ravens will go to the Super Bowl. Like, I love the addition of Henry, but it's like I feel like I still have not seen like the Lamar playoff game, 2 minutes, 70 yards, all throws, no timeouts. Like, I haven't seen him win a game with his arm like that.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. Yeah.
In the playoffs. Yep.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, the Bills seem like they have a good team this year, but obviously they have, kind of a similar recent track record with the Ravens where, come playoff time, they're coming up short, and obviously they just want to finally beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. So, obviously they've yet to do that. They had the big win this year, so be interesting to see what happens if they get matched up, which it kind of looks like they will.
And I'll add that my sleeper team this year will be the Houston Texans.
Wow.
Interesting, though. No concern, though, with the way Stroud's been a little choppy.
Well, that's the thing, because Stroud has been choppy because he has not had his receivers. Nico Collins has been hurt most of the year. Stephon Diggs is out for this season. Nico Collins is now back. I feel like the Houston Texans can be one of those teams where come down to the last 2 weeks into the playoffs is a team that you don't want to see in the AFC.
Yeah, no, and I love the way he looked last year. This year's been weird, and I get what you're saying. Obviously, we know he still has the arm, so Be interesting to see. I know when I last checked, it seemed like if the season ended today, they would play the Chargers, which I think would be a really good matchup.
Definitely agree with that. Harbaugh, like I was saying in the comments, coaching makes a huge difference in anything you do, man, more than a quarterback.
Yeah.
And Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh is the proof.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And by the way, Michael, Joey Greenwood says, Mike, Agent Smith is on his way to pick you up.
Oh, I know.
Oh, man.
I'm ready.
That's funny. But Josh, and also kind of back to what we were saying with the Soto stuff. I mean, did you kind of seem to think that it's gonna happen tonight, one way or another?
According to the reports, yeah.
Like late though.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of those
11.
West Coast kind of right. Yeah. It's 3 a.m. here, but it's 2:59 here, but it's 11:59 on the West Coast, and they broke it before Monday. Kind of.
Yeah, I just don't want to stay up all night.
You might have to.
It's gonna be tough to.
To go to bed,
Yeah.
and then every second, like the nightstand, turn it over the phone.
Yeah.
How about this? If he does sign, and it's that late, I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm calling you.
Hell yeah, dude. So yeah, we wait on that here as now we're into 2nd and 9 here for the Chargers. Herbert
Deep
going
ball.
deep. Wow, overthrowing Joshua Palmer. So going to be 3rd and 9. Chargers unable to get anything going up to this point. But this seems like a game that's going to go down to the wire. Wouldn't be surprised if its final possession wins the game.
Josh, the over/under is 43.5. You take the over or under?
For this game,
We took
let's go with the over.
Oh wow, we
Let's go with the over.
took the under. This is the Chiefs.
Go with the over.
The Chiefs don't they have these games where they don't score a lot.
It really depends on the spread of the game, really, with the Chiefs.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Herbert drops
3rd
back
and
to
9.
pass. I think he got hit.
He got hit. Yep. So looks like yet another J.K. Scott punt, and the Chiefs defense holding strong up to this point.
I'm a little surprised Kareem Hunt hasn't had more of an impact
Yeah.
since Pacheco's been down.
Yeah. And he had some good games, but the yards per carry are kind of low. But he is a bulldozer near the end zone or short yardage.
Yep.
Did you hit any of the TCA plays today?
I did hit a parlay today.
Wow, what was it?
It was a 5-legger. I had trying to make this quick. Drake London for 50+ yards receiving. Aaron Jones 2+ receptions. Saquon 80+ yards. Rock 40+, and Tony Pollard 2+ receptions, and it hit.
Nice. That had some good odds on it.
Yeah, it was good. And I also did have a 10-legger that missed by 1 leg because of Bucky Irving getting hurt.
Oh, jeez, that's terrible.
Hey, Josh.
Hi, Renee.
I haven't said hey yet.
Oh, I literally thought this was like you were about to ask me a question.
No, well,
No,
I'll think if I have a question for you, Josh.
Oh, that's
Say
cool.
again?
No,
Google
Vaughn,
Soto.
stop. Hi, Renee.
Hey,
How are you?
Josh. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Twitter.
Phone died.
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
Let's see, anything new here?
I don't know if it'll.
I mean, so Bronx Pinstripe
It's
says
not.
the Mets are apparently at the 7:30 mark, and the Yankees are just under that per John Heyman, who appears to be an idiot. How funny was that whole thing with Heyman on WFAN? Did you see that, Josh?
Yeah, I definitely. And I'm torn. I feel like both sides could have handled it better.
What happened?
Basically, Keith
So-
called him out for saying arson judge, pretty much. And
No. See, that wasn't it. That was not it. It was earlier in the call where Keith had referred to Heyman getting paid from Boris for breaking the news.
Oh.
for
That-
coming out with reports, you're saying.
Yes. getting paid by agents for coming out with reports. That's where it went off the rails.
But it does seem like that's the case, though. No, doesn't everybody seem to have that belief that he's doing that?
I don't know. Honestly, this is the first time I'm really hearing these kind of discussions, and it's interesting. And both sides of it. To me, it depends on the kind of relationship that Keith and John Heyman have. That's what it comes down to.
So with John Heyman, they basically like had an argument on the air.
Yeah, I mean, like he said that, and they kept on having the conversation, and then all of a sudden, Heyman kind of went back to it, and Keith was like, "Are you serious?"
Oh wow!
And
so Heyman was
John was
really
like,
pissed.
"Yeah, I'm serious." Yeah, and honestly, like I've heard Heyman a few times. It seemed like he was on the alcohol. But whatever.
He looks like he's been on a bender for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Joey Greenwood wants to know if we think that Taylor Swift is paying the NFL to let the Chiefs win. I think it's a little too hard to do that in football. I mean, life's on the line, basically, if you're not.
I don't know.
100%.
I mean, I do, it is entertainment, the NFL.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I'm getting a phone call from the wife.
All right, bro, money.
I thought it was Heyman.
The time, I wish.
No, but we appreciate you, Josh. Thanks for calling in,
no
man,
doubt,
and look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Peace,
You
bro.
guys are the best, man.
Have a good night, bro.
Later, dude.
Bye, Josh.
Bye, Renee.
Bye, Josh.
Bye, Renee. See, I got it. Bye, Renee. Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Peace, dude.
See you,
Love
Josh.
you too, dude.
Love you, man. So that is the Josh
B report.
The Josh B
Yeah,
report.
that's nice. I like that.
And yeah, I mean, I think
Very insightful.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
He loves his sports.
you know, I'm
the
sure.
Soto thing now is
I
like.
know. So seems like either way, tomorrow is going to be huge show.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that, and great time tonight with all you fellas.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I had a
beautiful,
great time.
beautiful.
I don't know the last
Let's
time I
fucking
sat
go,
as
boys.
talent for.
Yeah,
for
no,
a
this has
sport.
been
It's
great
been
having
In
it
a
in the
minute,
mix.
dude.
And
In a minute.
Renee
Matthew
holding
here.
it down,
Renee holding it down.
talking about Bernie Williams on the Steelers. We really appreciate it.
He had some good seasons though there.
Oh yeah, 2-time All-Pro. No, but always love being here at the Horseshoe, and really appreciate them for having us, and all of you for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume merch, downtowntv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.